On November 20th, 2023, what began as a routine patrol along Interstate 430 South quickly turned into something far more dangerous. A black Ford Mustang with a broken headlight refused to pass a state trooper, slowing in the middle lane as though waiting for trouble. That small hesitation became the spark that lit the fuse. Within minutes, the quiet interstate night would erupt with flashing lights, roaring engines, and decisions that could never be undone.
Saying those two things on this side, he's going to be in a red Ford Focus, watching from the exterior.
Right now, to give me the channel. I'm out with state police that just pitted someone on 430. We're going to be right up the Stagecoach Road exit.
I just make sure it's going to be held for Frank. Unit over at station.
I'm not sure if the trooper's okay. He spun out in oncoming traffic. I'll be behind a red Ford Mustang.
The man behind the wheel was later identified as Clifton Layman Thomas. He had to be cut from the wreck, unresponsive before being rushed away, suffering a severe head injury. Authorities soon filed a long list of charges, including felony fleeing with injury, second-degree battery, reckless driving, speeding, and more. In the end, it all began with a single defective headlamp that triggered a chain of terrible decisions. Miami traffic can be chaotic on any ordinary day. But on March 16, 2025, one man behind the wheel of a Ford Mustang turned the highway into a racetrack. Trooper Mulvey was simply doing his job when he spotted the black Mustang with white stripes weaving recklessly through traffic. A simple traffic stop should have ended it. Instead, Alejandro Garcia Estrada slammed the accelerator, and the streets of Miami braced for chaos.
Just crashed out.
Estrada didn't just face the wreckage of his Mustang, he faced the consequences of his own arrogance. Combative after being pulled from the car, his behavior only worsened when he offered Trooper Hernandez cash in exchange for freedom. In the end, he traded Miami streets for a hospital bed and eventually a jail cell, proving once again that no amount of money can buy your way out of reckless decisions. On March 8, 2025, Clayton County deputies were monitoring the steady flow of traffic on I-675 South when something shattered the rhythm. A white Dodge Challenger screamed past their radar at 137 miles per hour, turning the freeway into a racetrack. And behind it, several other cars followed, street racers clearly pushing their luck. Among them was a blue Ford Mustang, driven by a man who had no idea his wild ride was about to spiral completely out of control. The driver was later identified as Nathan Lewis, and what deputies discovered next raised even more concern. A loaded 9mm pistol sitting directly inside the center console. Lewis now faces felony fleeing, reckless driving, street racing, aggressive driving, along with a long list of additional charges. It's a sobering reminder that the faster someone runs from the law, the quicker the road ahead eventually runs out. May 24, 2025 began like any normal night for Trooper Rafael Garcia, cruising along Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. His headlights landed on a black Ford Mustang, the kind of car that easily turns heads, but with one small problem: a simple equipment violation. Nothing dramatic, nothing that should have made the news. But when the lights and sirens activated, the driver decided he would write his own headline.
Good job.
Go.
Foot male, black male, white shirt, blue shorts.
The man behind the wheel was identified as Mandrell Parnell, and what he carried made it clear why he ran. Nearly half a kilogram of marijuana, along with cocaine and drug paraphernalia, sealed his fate. Now he faces a long list of serious charges, proof that one reckless sprint can never outrun the consequences waiting patiently at the finish line. November 15th, 2024 began like any normal night shift on patrol. But for one officer driving through Old Dixie Road near Upper Riverdale, that quiet routine shattered the moment a white Ford Mustang appeared. Stolen, confirmed through Atlanta police records, and already tied to trouble earlier that same evening. It was a car screaming for attention. From that moment forward, normalcy vanished, replaced by decisions that would completely change the night.
Just now, getting on 75 north. On 75 north.
Hit that motherfucker quick.
Alright, gonna be taking off. Yep, pit. 41.
Behind the wheel was Charlotta King, who soon found herself in handcuffs after a short trip to the hospital. She was booked into Clayton County Jail while the stolen Mustang was hauled away to an impound lot. It was another night proving that for every driver who believes they can outrun the law, there is always a moment waiting to prove them wrong. Not everyone behind the wheel of a Mustang is built for a clean escape. On May 11, 2022, one driver with Texas license plates learned that lesson the hard way. He believed raw speed alone would be his golden ticket, but just ahead waited a surprise he was completely unprepared for.
Looks like it's taking a right on hard.
I don't think he realizes it's a dead end. Just hit him at the end of Hardin.
The Mustang's thunderous sprint didn't end with a dramatic crash, but with an unexpected stall. Specific charges were never released, but the message was loud and clear. No amount of speed matters once you're outmaneuvered, and Robinson proved yet again that knowing the terrain will always beat flooring the pedal blindly. December 20th, 2024 started with a moment that could only be described as a facepalm. An FHP trooper suddenly came face to face with a Mustang traveling the wrong direction along State Road 79.
Signal 4, and both if you need EMS. Signal.
I'm gonna cut down Creek Road.
After making nearly every wrong move possible, Daniel was eventually taken into custody. He now likely faces multiple charges, including resisting arrest and reckless driving. Thankfully, no major injuries were reported, though his pride and his Mustang certainly didn't escape unscathed. In Florida, trying to outrun fate usually ends with someone wearing handcuffs. On June 27, 2023, a silver Mustang made a reckless gamble against Arkansas State Police along Scotland-Formosa Road. The driver, already carrying a suspended license and meth inside the vehicle, had no intention of cooperating. Trooper Daniel Walcott tried to keep the situation calm, but the suspect had different plans, swerving across lanes and flooring the accelerator as if consequences didn't exist.
Get on the ground! Hands in the air! You put your hands in the air! Put your hands on my car!
He quickly stacked up multiple charges, including fleeing and possession with intent to deliver, along with several additional traffic violations. It serves as a sharp reminder that mixing drugs and powerful muscle cars is a recipe for disaster. Thankfully, no one else was harmed, and Walcott managed to end the situation before it could spiral into something far worse. On February 29, 2024, Arkansas State Trooper Booth spotted a silver Mustang carrying a suspicious temporary tag. Something about the seal didn't look right, and that gut instinct proved correct. What should have been a routine traffic stop suddenly exploded into a heart-pounding pursuit. After abandoning the car, the driver sprinted toward a nearby house, forcing Booth to radio a description of a black male wearing a brown jacket. It took assistance from North Little Rock police to finally track him down near railroad tracks. After medical clearance, he was transported to Pulaski County Jail. All of that chaos began because of an expired tag, ending with a long list of charges and terrible decisions. March 3rd, 2023 started like any other day in Conway, Arkansas. Not exactly the place you'd expect a stolen vehicle to trigger a multi-agency pursuit. But when someone stole a black 2015 Mustang and unleashed it onto Interstate 40, events escalated quickly.
I'm going to come out further down.
Well, it's up here. If I need to turn around, I need to get like the way you're going. 30 to 5 is back behind you. Comment that road. That's the kind of straight jump. Shut down the whole road. Get out to a stop sign. He is.
He's surrounded. He's off in the ditch. We got him here.
After the crash, the driver claimed he ran because he believed he would never again get the chance to drive a car like that. He probably wasn't wrong. The suspect was arrested without further incident, facing charges of fleeing, reckless driving, and possession of stolen property. The Mustang was recovered, though it carried the scars of its chaotic run. On the cold morning of January 29, 2022, a black Mustang tore down Interstate 40 like time itself was chasing it. Corporal Hubbard clocked it speeding past mile marker 275 and moved in for a stop. But when he pulled alongside, he quickly realized this wasn't just a driver with a heavy foot. The Missouri parolee behind the wheel had no intention of stopping. What followed would turn the highway into a full-scale gauntlet. By mile marker 269, the Mustang slowed briefly, as though preparing to surrender, then suddenly accelerated again. Two loud bangs echoed as it passed, uncertain whether they were gunshots. Hubbard immediately grabbed his rifle and remained locked into the pursuit. Corporal Roberts soon joined the chase and deployed spike strips near County Road 513. The Mustang struck them hard, and its tires quickly disintegrated. The vehicle veered into a ditch, slamming into a utility pole. The driver jumped out holding a pistol and what appeared to be a gun case, sprinting across highway lanes. His passenger was quickly apprehended after throwing unknown objects from the vehicle during the pursuit. A perimeter was established with help from ASP aircraft and a Department of Corrections canine team. After hours of searching fields and highways, the suspect was finally captured and charged with multiple offenses, including firearm possession and felony fleeing.